guys, welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today I want to show you a little strategy that I use. I call it the sniper entry strategy. It's a nice little strategy that you can get perfect entries with a very little drawdown. The only trick is it's on the 1 minute time frame. So I use this strategy to trade Nasdaq. So those of you that knows how or that trade Nasdaq knows how volatile that market can be. So if you have to drill down to the 1 minute time frame, it gets a bit hectic sometimes. So what I do is I'll wait for market to make a turn by the in this instance by the demand zone or the support area. So what we want to look at, we want to look at price heading one direction, and as soon as it start turning in the other opposite direction, I want to take the last candle before the up or before the swing. I want to block that candle out. So I want to take my rectangle tool and I just want to draw a block from the top of the wick to the bottom of the wick. And then I want to take a line and I want to draw that line halfway through that block, basically splitting it 50-50. That's why I call it the 50% splitting block or splitting line. So basically what we want to see is price going up, coming back to retest this line, this 50% line. It can either retest it on the spot or to that line. It can sometimes it comes back to very close to that line, but as soon as it comes into that area, I place my buy order. In this instance, I will place my buy order and I would take my stop loss and I'll put my stop loss just outside the box at the bottom. It's obviously it works vice versa. An uptrend going down, so it's the same scenario. So let's just go to the charts and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay guys, now we are on the charts and this is Nasdaq 1 minute time frame. Just want to show you something. I mean, price has been coming down to a nice area of support. Let's just draw a little block here. I mean, this is live as we speak. So as I'm doing this video, let's do this. And price is coming to test that. Basically, let's see what happens. I'm going to put my order in right there. I have a stop loss just below the box. So order is in. Order has been tapped. Let's see what it does. We'll come back to this one. We'll look at that thing skyrocketing. Basically, what we want to look at, and like you just saw, is we want to look for price to come into an area of support or resistance, supply demand. So basically, I want to look at an area where, basically, to put it in layman's terms, where there's kind of nothing below it or above it, or slightly, it's an area of support and resistance. So we can see here that price came down. We're working backwards now. So price came down into this area. It created a nice support, where price started turning down. So basically what we want to do is we want to just block this out, or put a block. Let me just expand it a little bit. It looks better. There we go. Block it. Take my line. Draw it 50%. So we were blocking out the last bearish candle before price started moving up. So we want to look at price going up and coming back to retest it, which it did right there. And this is exactly where I would put my buy in. And like you guys just saw, put my buy in and I put my stop loss. Let me just bring this over a bit. And I put my stop loss basically just below the box. So it all depends on yourself. It depends on how much you're willing to risk. In this instance, just over there. So I put it just below the box. That would have been a nice entry there. And look at the amount of pips. Look at that. Bam. I mean, that's a risk reward That's a what, 1 to 5 risk reward right there, trade. Now if we have to go back in time a little bit, this is all today. This is what happened all today. So basically this was a nice example here. Price came up into this area of resistance. I would have had you can see here the price came up and it started coming down, so I would have drawn my box on that last candle, focusing on this last bullish candle, and then it turned bearish again, and I would have drawn my line right here in the middle, and then I would have waited until price come and retest that area. So basically price came down, came back up, and right there, that is exactly where I would have put my sell order. Put my stop loss just outside the box like I've shown you before, and like you see here, this is irritating, like you see here, that price came down. Where are we at? Yeah, price came down, but it came back up again, but again it did not break that box. It did not tap out our stop loss. That is the reason I put my stop loss just above the box, not on the box, not on the line of the box. You will see that Nasdaq always, they have these little candles that go and tap them out, stop loss, stop hunt candles. And so I would place my stop loss just above or just below the box. In exactly this instance here, price came up, it wanted to tap it out, it didn't, and look at this. Look at that. Where is my... Right there. Look at the amount of pips. Okay? It started falling all the way down. If you had to, that was just halfway, and that's a 1 to 10. Come on, guys. This is just too easy. Let's look at the one just before that. This is what? This is a couple of candles. This is not even an hour. So let's look at the one before that. Price came down, like you saw, all the way. Last candle just before it started pushing up, or it started pushing up. So draw that box. Just on that last bearish candle, take your tool, do that. Now guys, bear in mind that, this is 1 minute. Candles move fast. So basically, you need to do this fast. As soon as you draw your candles, as soon as this happens, you need to start drawing your box, because the candles ain't going to wait for you. You need to start drawing it fast and practice this. Practice this the whole time, and you will see how quick you get and all that. But in any case, so price came up, went up, came down, and look at that. That is very close, and this is exactly what I was telling you before. Whoops, a daisy. This is exactly what I was telling you before. Price does not always come back exactly to that 50% line. Sometimes it comes very close to that 50% line, like in this instance. So it all depends on how much you are willing to risk. You could have put your buy order in right here and waited until price came down, and price would have never gotten here, and you would have not have a trade in this area. Or you could have just, you see price coming close by and poof, tap it in. Yes, your stop loss might be a little bit bigger, but at the end of the day, it depends on how much you wanting to risk. And if you had to climb in earlier, look at that. Just that, what was that? A 1 to 4 risk ratio. Guys, we can do this the whole night, going back to each up and down. But that is exactly how this strategy works. I want you guys to go and practice it. Let's see if I was tapped out. Yep, I got tapped out on this one. See, and this is also another example. You're not going to win all your trades. This is not a golden strategy that's gonna have or give you perfect entries every single trade. Trading is not this easy, guys. You will have losing trades, but again, I mean, it's all to do with your risk management. I mean, right there, I lost one. If we had to go back, I mean, the ones that I just showed you, let's say I won the four trades, and let's say my risk ratio was 1 to 4 on every one. I mean, I lost one. So let's say I risked, what was it? Let's say I risked 10 pips on a trade, and I lost one. So that's 10 pips. I won 4. Hey, and that's 40 pips per trade. That's a ridiculous amount of money. So yes, if you lose one, great, you will get the next one. Don't worry about that. That's where your risk management comes into play. If you haven't watched that video, just go back onto my videos. It's definitely a good one to watch. But guys, yeah, practice this strategy. Please, I promise you, you will make lots of money and you will have much better entries by using this strategy. Just practice it, practice it, practice it. Especially on Nasdaq, it is a very volatile industry to trade, especially on the 1 minute. So guys, go for it. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Place your comments on the comment section. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, press that bell icon so that you can get notified on my next videos. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome trading week. Happy trading, guys.